Right, hey gamers. So I think it's time that I finally do Lotus and Damien. Uh, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. Alright, let me get the link skills. As you can see, I've got some levels. Originally I was gonna stop at 236 to do Lotus and Damien. But I streamed last night on New Year's, and I don't know. I was too entertained, so I just kept grinding. Thunderbreaker grinding is a lot more fun than I expected it, I guess. So I think I would do Lotus first, but let me get some like coupons and stuff. Let me get 2 of these. I'll have like these, this, then G skills, and then the fame buff. And I think that's enough. So fame buff, like I mentioned. I don't remember if I mentioned it on the previous videos. Fame buff is pretty good. Like, it's a bunch of attack. I'm gonna do Lotus first. So, the Lotus revamp. I forgot to toggle my dice. Okay, I'm gonna wait here for a minute. The Lotus revamp. I haven't tried it much. So, I know some mechanics. I don't know all of them though. So, this is gonna be interesting, to say the least. I'm forgetting something. My Legion? No, Legion's fine. Linksers are fine. Let's get Hero Seka, why not? Linksers are fine. What's my ignore defense? 89. That's good enough, right? Surely. Got boss damage, inner ability. Oh, pendant. Yeah, I don't want to use my prepared pendant for this. Hey, so I have like pretty bad gear. Like, this just has 1580. But I'm confident we can do this. So let's get straight into it. In 5 seconds when I have my dice. I don't think I need to create a party nowadays. I think the game just makes it for you. Alright. Oh, I almost went in with high effects. Alright. Alright, let's go in. I probably should have stacked my IED buff first. Oh well, it'll stack real quick. So the first one, the first phase is just a bunch of like moving around. Ah, frick. I misclicked. So when that laser in the ground shows up, you wanna like whatchamacallit, get the fuck out of the way. Jump mostly. Oh, did I still have time for this? Okay. I can't see my buff bar. Oh, I'm not throwing my torpedoes, I should. How much longer? 2 seconds? Alright. Everything else is just get out of the way, you know? Constantly move. First phase is pretty easy. It used to be a lot more complicated because it would have like a rotating laser. Yeah, so when you see the laser on the ground, just up jump. And you should be fine. Okay, I think the pace is fine. I'm pretty sure the pace is fine. So phase 2 and phase 3 are a little... Oh, I forgot you can skip it now. Phase 2 and phase 3 are a little more complicated because the map just, you know, goes extra platform. It's very rare for a boss to have like extra platforms like this. So far it had just been like Lucid, phase 2, and Slime. But now Limbo and Lotus revamped does as well. It's kind of weird, but I guess it adds some variety. Not like I'm gonna do Limbo anytime soon. Okay, so my burst buffs are back. Let's go crazy. So again, I'm not very familiar with this stage. I'm just getting out of the way of anything I see. You know, don't stand in stupid. That's the best advice I can give you for this phase. Okay, so even with pretty bad gear, this is going extremely quick. I guess that's the power of buffing the hell up. And I didn't use an Onyx apple. I guess I should have. Would have been nice. But unnecessary, so I guess it's fine. Okay, so this phase is very similar to phase 2. But it has these lasers that cover the whole screen. So there's 2 safe zones, one on the bottom right and one on the top left. And they have a portal between them, so... Ah, shit. Oh, that's... yeah. There's like a laser that chases you. So this is... it's very overwhelming. This phase is very overwhelming. So you might wanna, like... get a bunch of practice first. Ay. Keeping up uptime with this guy is kind of complicated. I want to bait this guy into attacking somewhere that I'm not gonna be in anyway. And then I wanna... yeah, like it's kind of hard to like optimize damage on this guy. Okay, so my burst is back, but I'm gonna wait for my bind in 20 seconds. Oh, you completely missed my Gale. Kind of embarrassing. Okay, so bait that laser, bait those lasers. I'm gonna get hit by that. So what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of things, but almost nothing like one-shots you. So you're probably safe just, you know, getting hit by some chip damage and then using a potion. Yeah, like over, like right here. Oh, okay. Maybe that was a little too much. Okay, my bind is up, so I'm gonna buff up. Again, there's probably like a wrong time to like bind and burst, but I wouldn't know. You know, I'm learning here as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna skate around so that I'm constantly like baiting things out of the way. And I'm gonna save my iframe for whenever I'm, yeah, like here. That felt like very overwhelming, so I just iframed. You know, I think that's a very valid way to use your iframes. Just whenever you feel overwhelmed, you know, just iframe and take a second to look around. Ay. So that was it. Lotus on completely garbanzo gear. Almost everything is like rare. I guess buffs really do make a difference. Well, my boost notes are very high. The game has given me a lot of node stones. Like I maxed out my cascade already, which is like Thunderbreaker's most important skill. somebody commented on my part 1, I believe, saying that they recommend for Thunderbreaker to just max Lightning Cascade first before like anything else really. And it makes sense because the duration goes up and the final damage buff goes up and the damage of the skill goes up. So there's like a lot of factors to why you wanna max this first. So now I'm gonna do Damian. Now Damian I am a lot more familiar with because he hasn't been revamped. Oh wait, how many etc drops did I get? I got 2. Alright. So for every 1 of these and 20 of these, you get 1 Absolute coin. So you want 6 Absolute coins coming from Lotus and 7 coming from Damian. Because with Damian you get the shoulder on the weapon, which is 2 and 5 coins respectively. And then with Lotus you get the shoe, the cape, and the glove, which is 6 total coins. I almost went into hard. I'm used to that, I guess. Yeah, so I want at least 2 to drop, like every week. And if it doesn't drop 2, then that's, you know, unlucky. You might have to end up waiting another week, which kind of sucks. I don't like how this is like designed, I guess. So for Damian, there's a sword that's constantly gonna follow you, and you wanna like bait it into whatchamacallit, somewhere you're not gonna be standing. So the sword is chasing me. I'm gonna bait it like into the corner. Right, so when it targets you, that's when you know it's gonna slam into the ground. And also, every time Damian hits you directly, so not with any of like the summons and stuff, whenever he hits you directly, he puts a stacking debuff on you. And if it reaches 7, you like die, and you can't avoid it unless you have like a iframe longer than like 10 seconds. And when you die with that debuff specifically, you spawn a second sword, which is very problematic because when the sword slams the ground, it leaves like a fire, like you're gonna see here in a second when the sword targets me. And the fire, I'm pretty sure it one-shots. That fire, pretty sure it one-shots. Don't want to stand on it, want to bait it away. And these altars, you want to use your interact key on them whenever you feel safe. And they get rid of the stacking debuff. So that way, you know, bait the sword away, cleanse your debuff stacks. And that's kind of it for this fight. Everything else is, you know, don't stand in stupid. Like I did right there. So if a blue hand hits you, if a blue hand hits you, you wanna do the like the DDR, the Dance Dance Revolution, that's why they call it, to not be stunned. And if you fail it, you get stunned for like way too long. So that's bad. So you don't want to get hit by that. And then those purple like eye thingies that attack the ground as well. Pretty sure those are one-shots as well. It's been so long since I've gotten hit by it that I don't remember if it's a one-shot. I'm pretty sure it's a one-shot. So don't get hit by that. A lot of bosses in this game are basically just don't get hit by stuff. So in order to learn a boss, don't worry too much about optimizing your DPS. first just worry about not getting hit by most stuff. And it might be overwhelming at first, but usually by positioning correctly, you can dodge multiple stuff at one. Like right there, I just dodged like 3 things just by standing smartly. It might take a lot of getting used to, but that's why I encourage people to like just get into the boss fights. Like the best way to get good at boss fights is to slam your head against the fight constantly until you get all the subtleties down. So phase 2 is a little complicated. Well, not complicated, but annoying. Because some blue balls spawn, and the blue balls chase you constantly. So it starts out with 1, and it starts out not that big, but it slowly increases in size. And whenever you stand in the ball, you do less damage and you heal less. So you wanna, like I just did there, you wanna like get the hell out of the like range of the ball. And those like Cheetos that fall on the ground, I forgot about those because they come in phase 1 as well. I forgot to mention them. They one-shot, or like close to one-shot. I think it's like 95% of your HP or something like that. So I'm at 4 stacks, it's kind of dangerous. You want to make sure you're cleansing those stacks very often. Because spawning a sword is like the worst thing you can do. Alright, got it. That was pretty dangerous there. So you want to like keep your distance, bait the ball away so that you can get some time to punch the boss. It's not gonna be easy. There's gonna be a lot of like wasted time. Okay, so there's the second ball. I don't know the exact thresholds of when the other balls spawn. But more spawn and it's super annoying. Okay, so this, you just wanna spam your keys. Like he binds you and spam, you have to spam your keys. And then you have to like damage him. If you don't damage him in time, he does like a map wide AoE one shot. So you know, you gotta be quick with that. You might wanna like practice that as well. Okay, so I'm having a lot of trouble finding windows to DPS him, especially with like a class like Thunderbreaker where you wanna stick to a boss for a lot of time. And dead. Excellent. So this boss is a lot more annoying than other bosses if you're struggling him because of phase 2. When he spawns eventually like 3 balls and they're big and he's like low HP, it gets really hard to like actually damage him down, and then it's a fight against the timer. So I got 3 drops for this, which is amazing. I love that. I need 4 more for Lotus and 4 more for Damian. Yeah. And then I have to do the weekly quests for more of these as well. Yeah, so that's basically Lotus and Damien. Again, you might want to look up at a guide on top of what you just saw, I guess. And you want to like actually hop in the fight yourself and do it a bunch. Because just looking at someone doing it isn't gonna teach you what you need to know to actually beat the bosses. So I never did a normal Cygnus. Again, this is just for money. I don't want to forget before the weekends. And with that, I think the only early game boss left to kill is Papulatus. Oh, Akechi, I guess. I guess Akechi is still early game as well. I don't know if I should include those in this video. Alright, fuck it, I'll show Papulatus. I won't show Akechi. Akechi is unnecessary. Okay, Chaos Papulatus. This is another annoying boss. I am gonna pop an apple for this because I hate this boss. So he has a lot of annoying mechanics. Mostly he spawns like some clocks that are annoying, that do a bunch of damage. I should have buffed before summoning him. Yeah, so those things on the ground, those like blue areas, those like instantly one-shot you if you stand on them. So you wanna stand like right where I'm at, because this is like a safe spot. And it's always a safe spot across like any time. So right now he has a timer on top of his head. So you wanna kill the little mobs and pick up the either divide by 2 or multiply by 2 to match the timer of Papulatus. Because for the time that you don't match, you're gonna be like sealed and you won't be able to use attacks. So I'm debuffed there, but only for a second. Because I moved the timers around so that it would only be a second, right? So then those lasers that spawn, you wanna make sure they don't touch each other. Otherwise, an FMA happens and it's a one-shot, like across the entire map. So you wanna be careful with that. You wanna be careful with the claws. When the claws grab you, they like hold you still for like way too long. Super annoying. Oh, I almost got it grabbed there. So for this phase, you wanna kill the mobs, and it drops like time. They drop like time, and you wanna grab time to move the clock handle, and wherever the red clock handle is, you wanna hit up on this portal, and it gets rid of that like percentage. Look how here it says 10%. The percentages that you don't like clear out of the clock, it's how much HP he's gonna heal. So right here he's gonna heal 10%. Because I didn't do that 10% over there. So again, you don't wanna make the lasers touch. You wanna stand here on the safe spot. And then phase 2 is basically the same as phase 1. Except he like doesn't really... He has less mechanics in phase 2. So when he's in phase 2, it's mostly just like a victory rush. I got grabbed. So you do want to kill his clones though. When he spawns those clones. I can't remember what happens if you don't kill them, but something happens. I think he heals or you die. I don't know. Something happens. So there's definitely more to this boss. There's a lot of like tips and tricks and stuff. But this boss isn't really essential for progression. He does drop the Papulatus mark, but it's extremely rare. Like extremely rare. And something that the commenter that told me about Talarica's Lightning Cascade also reminded me of something very important that I forgot in the previous episodes. Normal, Lucid, and Will also drop the Twilight mark, which is actually the face accessory that you replaced the Sakum one with. I forgot about it. I thought it was like wait, the eye patch is an eye accessory. Frick. Oh, Berserk. Sorry, I thought it was Berserk. But yeah, Twilight mark. This is good. This is basically the best in slot, the realistic best in slot. And the unrealistic best in slots are like Berserk and eye patch. Like if you get them and they go 22 stars, you are extremely happy because they are extremely rare. I know a friend that's been killing hard Damian for 3 years and he still does not have a 22 star die patch. I think he saw it like once. So yeah, these are extremely rare, and it's basically pretend they don't exist unless you get extremely lucky and you get them. Otherwise, these items don't exist. Twilight marks, however, are pretty common. So just go for a twilight mark for your face accessory, and go for like a black bean mark for your eye accessory. And that's like a realistic best in slot. So yeah, that's all of the early game weekly bosses, except Akechi. Fuck Akechi. It's just money. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the 3 symbol weeklies that I didn't do yet because I wasn't enough level for them. But first let me sell these crystals, get some money. Yeah, some good money. Alright, so let's start with Esfera Guardian. Crazy Burger, you're here finally. So Esfera Guardian is probably my least favorite of the Arcane weeklies. Oh, I have to. Let me drop all these recipes real quick. So Esfera Guardian is the least, like my least favorite of the Arcane weeklies. So basically, you go into this map, and you wanna kill these mobs that spawn. And you want to fill up this bar over here down at the bottom, and when it's full you want to like sit on like the laser thing. So I'm gonna fill this up real quick. This is kind of why I hate this one. It's just kind of a waste of time. Like, why decide that you need like a minute or 2 minutes of just killing mobs and nothing else? Like, it's kind of pointless. So you fill up your energy, you go here, you press sit. Where the hell is my sit key? It's not bound. Excellent. I'll put it like here, I guess. You wanna sit down and you wanna just fire these balls until you hit all these like what are they even? Like energy ball thingies. Dimensional gates. So you wanna hit the dimensional gates with these balls. And there's a bunch of like guides that tell you like how much power and how much like what angle you need to hit them. I just kind of wing it every time. I don't really care. And once you do all of them, you get your symbols. So I didn't clear all of them in a single go, which means I have to come back here and kill some more mobs, you know, waste some more time. And for each like bar that you fill, each like section of the bar that you fill, you get to shoot once. So I'm gonna fill up 3 just in case. And then I'm gonna, I think it's like over here. Boom, done. So that's basically Esfera Guardian. It's annoying, it's boring, I don't really like it. I'm gonna do it 2 more times, but I'm not gonna make you go through it, of course. Alright, next type is Runheim defense. This one is very easy. I almost say it's the easiest of them all. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it is. Actually, yeah, it probably is the easiest of the 6. So you just kill mobs until you fill up the yellow bar, and you just interact key on these things to kill wherever the like the red notification goes. So it's over here, so I interact key and I kill it. And you have to do it I think it's 12 times total, because when you're at 9, like the boss spawns, right? Yeah. So you just keep killing mobs. You move around. You kill these things. So yeah, now that I think about it, this definitely has to be the easiest one. There's also some portals around, but I think it's faster to just flash jump around. Almost done. 7. There you go. 8. 9. And now the boss spawns, and you have to hit him 3 times, I believe. Warning! Oh my god, it's scary. So 1. Ay. 2. And 3. And that's it. That's Runheim defense. It's extremely easy. Alright, I'm gonna do this one more time, and then it's Spirit Savior time. Alright, time for Spirit Savior. So Spirit Savior is, I think, is pretty easy. However, I think some people used to struggle with it. Again, it was made easier even, like half a year ago or whatever. So basically my strategy is to just take it slow and bait the spirit into the, like, either extreme, and then just abuse the jump pads. You wanna like go through the top and get all the ones that are at the top. If you feel confident, you can take the ones here at the bottom, but you mostly want to stick to the top. Getting too risky here. When you do that, you go down here, you drop, you flash jump, you claim. It's pretty easy. So when you're going up, you go up to the sides, you bait the spirit, you jump, you get the ones at the top. That one to my left is a little too close to the spirit, so I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna get this one, and this one. Then I'm gonna stall for the spirit. I'm gonna take the jump pad, stand about here, drop down, flash jump, claim. Then start at the bottom again. The jump pad, bait the spirit. That one to my left is a little too close to the spirit, so I'm gonna ignore it. I'm at 5 already, I feel confident, so I'm gonna drop down and flash jump and claim. So the trick is to bait the spirit away so that you can stay safe, and grab smart angles to like drop down and flash jump, so that you can fall straight to the center. So bait the spirit, take the jump pad. So I see 2 at the bottom. The one at the left is a little too far away. It's too risky. I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna get this one though. And this one. So I'm at 4. I'm just gonna do another cycle. Take the jump pad. Okay, so now this one is at a good spot. Then I drop down, flash jump, boom, claim. It's that easy. It takes some practice. I had to practice my, like, what you just saw a couple times. But once you get it done, it's pretty consistent. It's pretty quick. Spirit Savior might be my favorite of the weeklies. Because it actually feels like I'm, you know, doing something, like, interesting, I guess. So yeah, I think that's kind of it for the early game. I think that really concludes the early game for sure. I don't know why I have Slime posted up here. Slime is about equal to normal Lucid. And I think okay, let's look at the guide. So let's look at the bosses. So I've done everything up to here except the Ketchy, but I can kill him, I just don't like fighting him, and there's no point unless you want some money. And then, oh, he's marked as the same as easy Lucid and Will, huh? Okay, whatever. So when you start looking into doing Lucid, Will, and I guess Slime, I think this is when you start entering the mid game, right? So if we finished the early game, you know, we did Lotus and Damien. Now we wanna like keep doing all of these bosses for money and for drops, and keep doing Lotus and Damien until you fill up your Absolab slots. And then we're gonna like actually upgrade some stuff. You know, get some maybe unique potentials. You know, I already got some 17 stars, but at this point you would wanna like 17 star your stuff. I'm slowly gonna get my Absolabs, I'm gonna flame the Absolabs, I'm gonna cube the Absolabs, and I'm gonna try to 17 star all of them. And whenever my Absolabs are 17 starred, and they have like a decent potential between like epic and legendary, that's when I start looking into doing normal Lucid and normal Will. So this is gonna conclude the early game, and now we start working towards the mid game. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Peace.